Hello everyone. What I'd like to talk about right now is this bombshell that is all over the news, which is that any vendor with 5 crores or more turnover will have mandatory e-invoicing. Now, why is this a bombshell? You are an organization where you have, let's say, 500 vendors. Up till now, only 100 vendors were above 10 crores and e-invoicing was mandatory. Suddenly, you find that 400 out of 500 vendors are more than 5 crores and e-invoicing is mandatory. So the statutory compliance that you will need to be compliant with, the volumes have suddenly gone up. Your AP teams aren't ready. So when we say e-invoicing mandatory, what do we mean? What we mean is that every invoice will have an IRN QR code, an IRN number, a 64 alpha digit number. And that number needs to be recorded and checked because that number is generated by the Government of India's e-invoicing system. But to my horror, what I've been finding out as I'm talking with different people in the finance teams, they are not doing anything with the IRN number. They're not capturing it, they're not checking it, it is not available for the future. There is some third-party system that has some IRN number recorded somewhere, but the system being used for due diligence of the invoice is not taking cognizance of the IRN number. And this is very risky. Before we talk about the risks that are there, I would like to talk about the benefit of capturing the IRN number. You know, your AP teams are overloaded. Your IRN number capture is going to give you very accurate information about the invoice, and it's going to save you not only work of filling in the invoice form, but it is also going to save you a lot of reconciliation time later on. So the benefit of reading the IRN number and getting all the information from the QR code are obvious. But let's talk about the risks of not doing it. So I'm going to talk about 5 risks here. First, a duplicate invoice. A vendor may sometimes try to pass off a second bill for the item or service that he has already billed. Sometimes a dishonest vendor will try to change some details here or there and try to just pass off a second bill, which is a duplicate bill. Now this can be prevented by actually using the IRN number. The second thing is falsified goods or services, which means that you've not actually provided the goods or service, but you are saying that you did, and you are trying to pass off a bill. Here again, the IRN number can be checked and can be prevented. The third is inflated price or quantity. Sometimes a vendor will charge you 100 rupees even though the agreed rate was 80, or charge you for quantity 8 instead of charging you for quantity 6. Now for this, you will need a lot more internal financial controls in place. You will also need a purchase order process in place, a DOA for the purchase order and for the invoice in place. But yes, the IRN also, the invoice also can help you to control this. The fourth point, manipulation of the GST rates. Sometimes suppliers try to reduce the GST rate, they try to take a wrong HSN SAC code, but you are liable. You have to be compliant. The onus is on you to pay the right GST and to offset the right GST. So this again can be taken care of by actually reading the QR code of the IRN number. The fifth point is phishing scams. There are suppliers out there who, for a living, send fake invoices. They're not even suppliers of your organization, but they try to get some bills passed, thinking that, oh, it looks very genuine, who's going to check it? So let's just send it and let's hope it gets paid. So these are the 5 very real risks that organizations are facing. The whole IRN number, e-invoicing, this journey from October 2020 has been a really fast forwarded, accelerated journey, and AP teams have not been able to keep up with the requirements around it. October 2020, we talked about vendors with 500 crores having e-invoicing mandatory, and now August 2023, in less than 3 years, we're talking about vendors with 5 crores IRN mandatory. So there are tools available. Expenzing provides you tools where we read the IRN, we capture it, we do all the fraud control, the due diligence, and we save you a lot of time. There is really no reason to not be using the QR code or the IRN code to get the benefit and to eliminate the risks. So if you're interested in how to deal with this problem, this overload factor for AP teams, do contact us at Expenzing. We'll show you the platform at work, taking care of the entire IRN factor. Thanks.